Good afternoon, students. Today I am going to take the paper that is Indian Stock Exchange. Okay. Uh, do you have any idea about that stock exchange market? Market is what do you mean by market? What is market? Tell me. This is also interaction section. Also, you have to answer to. Market is a nothing but it is a place where we are buying and selling the commodities. That is market. Market is simple definition is nothing but it is a place where we are buying goods and selling the goods. Like that, stock exchange is nothing but it is an organized market where shares, debentures, stock and other securities are bought and sold. Stock exchange is nothing but it is the market. How that like that market, simple market, no, where you are buying the goods and selling the goods. Like that, stock exchanges is a nothing but it is the market. In that market we are just dealing the shares, bonds, etc. Shares, bonds, debentures and etc. So already I explained the difference between that shares and debentures for all the students. I know very well. Okay. Is anybody tell what is the difference between that shares and debentures? Say anyone. Can you answer me? Shares are is a nothing but shareholders are the company owners. Okay. The debenture holders are the creditors of that company. Shareholders company owner. Okay. Debenture holders na the person who provide the loan to that company, they are like the creditors. Okay, first I explain that what is shares, what is debenture. First you should understand shares and difference between the shares, debentures, stock and all the things. Shares mean is a nothing but it is the shareholders are the owner of the company, but the debenture holders are the creditors of that company. Shareholders, they are getting the dividend. Okay, but the debenture holders, they are getting the interest. Okay, like that stock and the shares are both are that same meaning only. But suppose you are having share in one company, you can say this much shares I have in that company. But if you take that stock, you are having invest in more than that one company, you can say this much stock I am having. That is the difference between the stock and share. So there is not that much difference between the share and stock. Okay, so a stock exchange is nothing but it is an organized market where share, debentures, stock and other securities are bought and sold. How like that market? In that market you are buying the commodity, selling the commodity. That is the market. Like that stock exchange is it is an exchange where the securities, bonds, then shares are exchanging. That is known as stock exchange. What is any idea about that organized market, organized sector and unorganized? So the definition it explained that it is an organized market. What is that organized market? Organized market is nothing but it is regulated by the government. Okay, wow. So it's everything. Stock exchange market is comes under the SEBI Act. Okay, wow. SEBI Act kila stock exchange, that is a regulated market. The unorganized sector, na, say for the example, fruit seller, then what is that? That housemaid. So they are the unorganized sector. Organized sector, there are rules and regulations. Everything is government. Everything is controlled by the government. That is organized sector. So I think you can clear about that. What is the meaning of that stock exchange? Stock exchange is nothing but it is the market where the securities are buy and sold, that one. So there is a difference between the shares and debentures and stock. Okay, share, debenture, stock, there is a difference is that it is an organized market. It comes under the control of that SEBI. Okay, that is stock exchange. So here the definition of stock exchange is that the Security Regulation Act 1956 defined stock exchange as an association, organization or individual which is established for the purpose of assisting, regulating, controlling the business in buying and selling and dealing the securities. So these are the features of that stock exchange. It is an organized market. I think now you understand what is organized market, what is unorganized market, isn't it? Yes or no? Organized market means is it nothing but it is everything is controlled by the government. So unorganized sector means there is no rules and regulation. So the features of the stock exchange are it is an organized market, then it is a security market, it is important constitute of capital market for long term finance. Okay, the market can be, we can classify the market in various types: money market, capital market. Under that capital market we can classify it into primary market and secondary market. Okay, so this is the capital market. Stock exchange market is the capital market, so it is a market for a long term finance. Then it is a voluntary association of person desires of dealing in security. Stock exchange is a voluntary association. Its membership is not open to everybody. The dealing in stock exchange are under the certain accepted code, that is the rules and regulation. So these are the main features of that stock exchange. You can take the features from that stock exchange definition itself. You can write the what are the main features of the stock exchange. So what is stock exchange? It is nothing but it is the market where they are dealing that bonds, shares and etc. It is controlled by the government. It is an organized sector. Okay, then these are the functions of stock exchange. What is the purpose of that stock exchange? Okay, everybody knows that what is the meaning of the shares, debentures, etc. The company can collect the amount capital through the issuing of shares and issuing of the debentures. So that is the fund mobilization. Okay, so these are the main functions of stock exchange. It's a funds mobility. Okay, suppose you just imagine it, you are a company owner, you want the money, how you can collect, how you can gather that amount? So everything through the issuing of the shares, issuing of the debentures and getting loan from the bank and everything. Okay, so like that. So this stock exchange is useful to do that fund mobility from the people to the company. Okay, so the main function of what are the main functions of stock exchange? That is the fund mobility. Then it is a ready platform. So it is safety. Why it is safety? Because it is controlled by the SEBI. So it is very very safety one. Then liquidity. What do you mean by liquidity? Liquidity na? We can easily convert into that cash. Suppose if you want to you buy some shares from that company. You just imagine you are buying some shares, like 50,000 shares you are buying that company. You want to sell that shares now, you can immediately do it within 4 days. You have to apply for that redemption. If you after the redemption period, you can get that money within 4 days. That is liquidity. Liquidity means you can easily convert that amount into cash. That is means of liquidity. Okay, so these are the, suppose whenever you want that money, you can easily get that amount. So this is the safety one, liquidity one. It is an economic barometer. Economic barometer means nothing but depends upon the stock market only. You can measure that economic condition of that country. Okay, so economic conditions, share market நுடைய அளவு பொறுத்து தான் ஒரு நாட்டோட பொருளாதாரம் எப்படி இருக்கு அப்படி சொல்லி மெஷர் பண்ண உதவும். Okay, if the stock market is down now, we can say the economic condition is not good. Economic condition கொஞ்சம் நல்லா இல்ல, suppose like war எல்லாம் எடுத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்க நமக்கு share market என்ன ஆயிடும், down ஆயிடும். So the either which functions of stock exchange, the economy stock exchange is a economic parameter. Then security pricing, capital allocation, foreign capital. So many foreigners are investing in our company, in Indian company, like we are investing in other countries, like that is the foreign capital control. See, these are the functions of stock exchange. That is the role of stock exchange. So what is the purpose of that stock exchange? It is mobilizing the savings for investment. Okay, nowadays you put it in that FD, fixed deposit, in that bank itself, there is not that much interest we can get it, isn't it? நீ இப்போ ஒரு பேங்க்ல போய் FD போட்டு வைக்கிறேன்னு சொன்னாக்கா அந்த அளவுக்கு you cannot earn that money. Percentage of that interest is very very low. See, 6%, 7% only. Okay, so this is, suppose you want to invest, you want to mobilize your fund. So through that stock exchange you can buy the shares. ஓகேவா, அதனே உன்னுடைய ஃபண்டை நீ மொபிலைஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் this is one of the source. Okay, you want to mobilize, you want to invest the money in that company, you can approach the stock exchange or brokers, you can do that one. So that is the role of stock exchange, that is mobilizing your savings for investment. Okay, you share vaangrana, that is investment. Okay, so mobilizing your fund for investment, creating investment opportunity for all small companies, then government capital rising for development project, the government also issuing the shares, government that utilize that amount for the project, their development project, they are utilizing it. Then facilities for company growth. Suppose if the company want to raise the capital, what the companies are doing, just issuing the shares and increasing their capital. These are the main role of stock exchange. Now I think you are all clear about that stock exchange. What is stock exchange? What are the functions of stock exchange? Stock exchange is nothing but it is the market. It is regulated by the government. In that stock exchange, you are just exchanging the shares and debentures stock. You know the difference between this stock and the debentures stock and everything. Okay, it is regulated by the SEBI Act. So what are the main functions of the stock exchange? It helpful to mobilizing the fund, and also it creating the investment opportunities for small companies. Government capital rising for development project through the stock exchange. Then it facilitates the company growth. And then this is the history of stock exchange. The stock exchange was established by the East India Company in 18th century. In India, it was established in 1850 with 22 stock brokers opposite to Town Hall of Bombay. That is the oldest stock exchange in India. Which one is? Bombay Stock Exchange. Okay, BSE, NSE kelvipadringaliya. BSE ingiradhu nothing but it is Bombay Stock Exchange. It is the oldest stock exchange market. Okay, ma'am? It is the oldest stock exchange market. Then we can divide that financial market into various types, that is money market and capital market. Capital market, through the capital market the company can raise the long term funds. Then the primary market and secondary market. Primary market now, that is suppose if I am starting a new company, just imagine it, I am starting the new company, I want money, I am approaching the stock exchange. Okay, wow. So that is the primary market. First time I am approaching the stock exchange, I am issuing the shares there. Secondary market, already we are doing it. Already all the companies are listed in the NSE, BSE, so on the stock exchange, they are listed it. We are buying and selling. That is the secondary market. Okay. That is in the primary market, first time the company approach the stock exchange market and issuing the shares, that is known as initial price IPO. Okay, initial price offering. That was the first time issue IPO. Okay. So what are the big stock market? That is New York Stock Exchange. It is the biggest stock exchange market in the world. Okay, NYSE, New York Stock Exchange. Next, NASDAO, that is an American stock exchange market. Then so in our India, Bombay Stock Exchange is the oldest stock exchange. National Stock Exchange in India. You just see that Indian Stock Exchange. In India, there are two biggest stock exchange market are there. That is Bombay Stock Exchange India. Then another one is National Stock Exchange. Stock exchange in India, there are 22 stock exchanges in India, but two of them are the biggest. Okay, then NSE means nothing but it is a national stock exchange, is the 9th largest stock exchange in the world by the market capitalization and the largest in India by daily turnover and the number of traders for both equities and derivative trading. Okay, equity means equity share, equities and derivative trading. Then BSE means nothing but it is in Bombay Stock Exchange. It is the oldest stock exchange in Asia with rich heritage of over 137 years of existence. Bombay Stock Exchange. So before studying into the Indian stock market, we should know some of the few things about the BSE and NSE. So Bombay Stock Exchange, its location is Mumbai. That index is Sensex. Okay, then consists group of 30 stock, members 852, date of launch 3rd January 1986. It is the oldest market. Then base period, base index value, so everything is given about that Bombay Stock Exchange. So you have to difference nifty 50 கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா nifty 50 sensex naka it is the measure, that is measuring instrument for BSE Bombay Stock Exchange market க்கு நம்ம sensex சொல்லுவோம் ஓகேவா. அதுவே national stock exchange NSE க்கு we can say it is a nifty, that is the index is nifty here, nifty 50 na that first 50 companies அதுல list out ஆயிருக்கும் nifty 50 மாங்க ஓகேவா. அதே Bombay Stock Exchange naka we can measure that indices in the form of sensex in nifty na புரிஞ்சுக்கங்க ஓகேவா. This is national stock exchange. It is location is Mumbai. That index is nifty, consists the group of 50 stocks. Date of launch April 1994. This comes after the BSE தான் பழசு, அதுக்கு அப்புறமா வந்தது தான் national stock exchange ஓகேவா. That base period, index value, members, how many members are there. Okay, who is the stock broker அப்படி சொல்றோம் இல்லையா. A stock broker is a person who is licensed to trade in shares. Brokers also have direct access to the share market and act as your agent in your share transaction. For this service they are charged the fee of brokerage. So a stock broker is the broker. Suppose if you want to buy the shares, if you want to sell the shares in secondary market, what you have to do, you just go and approach the person, that is the broker. So he will deal all the matters. So that person is known as the broker. For that work he is getting some commission. That commission is the brokerage. Okay, what brokerage. They can also offer additional service like advice on about the shares. Suppose if I want to invest in one company, I want to buy the shares, what I have to do, I just approach that stock broker and I am asking how it is growing, how the shares, what I have to, through the phone itself I can say you buy this company shares, like that. So that person is the brokerage. That for that person we are giving some commission amount. That commission is brokerage. The person who deals our trading is that person is the broker. Okay, well, he is having the direct contact with the stock exchange kuda direct contact la irparu. Suppose if I want to share, if you want to buy or sell the shares, I can inform through the phone itself. He can do all the activities. That persons are known as broker. Okay, so for that we are paying some amount. That amount is known as the brokerage amount. They can also offer additional, apart that not only they are selling and buying the shares, apart that they are doing some of the financial advice to the customers. So they can also offer additional services like advice on shares, debentures, government bond and listed property of trust and non-listed investment options and everything. So the market regulator, the SEBI means what? Security Exchange Board of India. Okay, if you go out from that class, you have to say what is stock exchange, what is the explanation of that SEBI. Okay, Stock Exchange Board of India SEBI has made it compulsory to open the demat. Suppose if you want to invest, you want to buy shares in the company, what you have to do? First you have to open the demat account if you want to buy. Okay, then a person want to buy or sell the stock market has to first place an order with a broker or can do themselves using online trading systems. So nowadays you can do it yourself, that is themselves online trading system. The stock purchased will be sent to your demat account. The process is called rolling settlement cycle. Demat account na enna, suppose you share vaangum purchase panna, first enna pannuvom, ஷேர் பை பண்ணுறேன் அப்படி சொன்னாக்கா என்ன அக்கௌண்ட்டில் வந்து என்ன ஆகிடும், அந்த அமௌண்ட் வந்து டெபிட் ஆகிடும். ஓகேவா. சப்போஸ் யூ வாண்ட் டு செல் பண்ணுறேன்னா அந்த செல்லிங் அமௌண்ட் will be credited in your account. For how you can open broker, நிறைய brokers இருக்காங்க, ஸ்டாக் brokers, they are direct dealing with the What is demat account? Demat stands for dematerialization. It is the process which physical paper shares are converted into paperless. Is a computerized form. ஓகேவா? டிமெட் அக்கௌண்ட்னா என்ன அப்படின்னாக்க இட் இஸ் a paperless work. Everything through the online. ஆன்லைன் மூலமா நீங்க இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம். Suppose you are having the 50 rupees money, you can take the trade. 50 ரூபாய் வச்சிருந்தா கூட என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? trade பண்ணலாம். Okay. So before that என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? How to open the demat account? You just inform your parents. என்ன இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறது வந்து just inform. இந்த மாதிரி we can do it. அப்படின்னா this is one of the ways we can earn the money. Suppose you are investing at the bank itself, how much interest you are getting? Very very little. Yeah. So you can, it's better to share of that. It is better to invest in mutual fund invest பண்ணீங்கன்னு சொன்னா அதோட இதெல்லாம் வந்து என்ன mutual fund share invest tax எது பண்ணாலுமே நீங்க வந்து tax கட்டணும். அந்த மாதிரி வந்து tax. Why it is tax? Because all the money invested in the it goes to the companies. Companies உடைய purpose என்ன? It's increase of the production. Not the production increase பண்றதுனால என்ன? Economic development. So for that purpose only they are these investment are accepted tax exemption. Okay, wow? Then India there are two depository organizations, that is NSDL, National Security Depository Limited, CDSL, Central Depository. So what is their work அப்படினாக்கா they have to maintain everything. Demat account open பண்றனா எல்லாமே இங்க தான் மெயின்டைன் பண்ணுவாங்க. NSDL தான், National Securities Depository Limited. Brokers and most of the banks provide facility to open the Demat account. Suppose you want to open the Demat account, stock exchange or meaning with the stock exchange and producer market are there. For this you are getting that. Some of the company may give that so இது எப்படி இருக்குனாக்க நீ broker approach பண்ணா கரெக்ட்டா சொல்லுவாரு. அதனால நீ ஒரு demat account open பண்ணிக்கலாம். இந்தியாலயே two biggest market இருக்கு, என்னது? BSE and NSE. ஓகேவா? இது எல்லாமே comes under the regulation of SEBI. SEBI-னா என்னன்னு சொல்லிட்டு யோகேஷ் சொல்லுங்க. Okay, na? I think you get some of the knowledge about that stock exchange, demat account, and how to open the demat account, who is the broker, what is the difference between the stock and debentures, then what are the other things, what are the stock exchange market available in India. I think you can get the knowledge about, some knowledge about this stock exchange. Thank you.